Thank you, Lord Mayor, and I rise to second our motion. Birmingham has approximately 54,000 council houses. Less than half of them currently meet the decent home standards, down from 99% when Labour took over the council in 2012. There's over 20,000 households on the waiting list in the city, around 4,500 families in temporary accommodation. There is no doubt that is a shame on our city. Written question H2 tells us there are over 10,000 children under the age of 18 living in temporary accommodation in this city. There is a significant shortage of family housing, both council housing and housing for sale across the city. It is in this context that we're calling on the council to cease using properties in the city for Home Office placements and to object to referrals from other local authorities. And of course, this has been done before, because Councillor Lyons in 2010 cancelled the contract the previous Labour administration had signed, telling people that hundreds of Brummies are in B&Bs instead of council-provided homes. The council took that action when just hundreds of people were in temporary accommodation. Now we are talking about over 10,000 children in temporary accommodation. We have a moral duty as a council, as our first priority, to ensure that the people of this city, of all faiths and religions and colours, are properly housed in good quality accommodation. That is where the focus of the city's budget should be as a first priority. We've also seen over the last decade a huge increase in the rise of exempt accommodation in Birmingham. By 2022, approximately 21,000 claimants in exempt accommodation lived in Birmingham. That was 15% of the entire exempt accommodation in the country, in a city that houses 6% of the housing. And it is only worse since 2022. 58% of all people in exempt accommodation in this city are placed here from other areas. They are not from Birmingham. They are being shipped across the country for Birmingham to deal with. That fails those people placed in it, and it fails the residents by that accommodation. That is why the council is calling, that is why this motion calls on the council to oppose placements from outside the city. And then the final part of our motion picks up about the residency rule within our housing allocations policy. Currently, it is a 2-year residency rule. We're calling for that to be extended to at least 5 years. That is something that is not politically controversial. Woking, a currently Lib Dem-run council, has a 5-year policy for council housing residency requirements. Bexley, a Conservative-run council, has a 5-year policy. Greenwich, a Labour-run council, has a 5-year residency policy. That is an issue that all of us can agree. All of us have councils run by our colleagues across this country that have a 5-year residency rule. It is about ensuring that the social housing of the city goes to those people in the city on the waiting list, on the temporary accommodation list, who need it the most. Newham have a 3-year waiting list. Blackpool, another Labour council, have a 3-year. Interestingly also, Hillingdon actually has a 10-year residency rule, with some exceptions which run at 5 years following a court case. So it is perfectly possible and legal and morally right to be able to do that. And we owe it to those Brummies who are having to spend night after night in temporary accommodation in the city, wondering how their children will get through exams and a school day because of the conditions they're in, to ensure that we put Brummies into the social housing in this city.
Thank you, Cllr Robert Alden.